The buzz of a high-stakes career is a drug. Most of us think that being in demand, the 2 a.m. phone calls, and a constant need for your sign-off is the goal. It isn't. If your worth is tied to how much people need you, you haven't built a legacy. You just built a very noisy cage. Let's be honest. Who are you when the ping finally stops? Today, we reclaim your source so that your 35 years of wisdom isn't lost in a retirement party. We're finding your next why. Because the real ROI of scaling isn't the spreadsheet. It's the freedom to be a daughter, a parent, a mentor when it matters most. Because the engine you built is sovereign. I'm Adewumi-Zer, founder and CEO of Zer Consulting Africa. Excellence is a lonely pursuit, but legacy is an architectural choice. Having led multi-million-dollar transformations, I've realized that scaling is a detox problem. You have to shed the title to let the architect live. I'm here to make sure that your legacy outlives your ego. I tell people that I'm nowhere close to retirement. I look at my dad at the top of his game at the age of 73 and look at me at 48 and think I have a long ways to go. But the point is that we need to be prepared. Just like my dad should definitely be prepared for his time of retirement, I need to prepare, even though I know that it's still a couple decades away, to understand what is it that I'm doing and what is the value that I can give even in my 70s, my 80s, my 90s. Because we confuse activity with value. We sometimes wonder, as we're getting close to that time when we have to step away, if people will still miss us, if people will still need us. But the point isn't to be needed. The legacy we leave behind is because we are no longer needed. We've built up our teams in a way so that they no longer need us. And the only way you can transition from a corporate titan to an African architect is that by moving that wisdom from your head into the institutional memory of your firm. We have to remember that legacy is found in people, not in spreadsheets. My dad came back from the US to Nigeria very recently, and I dropped everything to be with him as he traveled to his college town to visit with a professor that I had heard about all my life. This had been his favorite professor at university, had been his mentor, his champion, sending him to the US to build a better life for his family. I had heard the name. I had never met the person. I had a packed calendar. But when I realized that this might be my final chance to meet this legend, I dropped everything to be with my dad. And as I watched the two men reconnecting, I realized right in front of me that true impact isn't a vanity metric. Your legacy is actually the people you've nurtured and the systems you left behind to protect them. Secondly, you need to unlearn the hustle drug. You have to fire that version of yourself that needs to feel important. I asked someone recently after they left their job of over a decade, and they were happy that their team didn't even need to call them. And I questioned them because so many times we as humans feel sad that our former team doesn't need to call us, that we're so unimportant, that everything that we had built up over the years wasn't even worth a phone call just to check in and make sure that everything was going okay. But transitioning from that fortress requires you to get rid of that need for constant external validation. The proof is when they don't need to call you. That means that you've put in the systems in place and you've empowered your people, and you should be proud of that. Lastly, we need to remember that your name is the only land you own. The titles we get are intoxicating. We love being called sir and madam and chief this and this and head of that and that. However, your name and your character are the only land you actually own. They don't go away just because you've lost the title. So stop being a high-value tenant and start building on your own soil. Because excellence isn't just about the boardroom. It's about the freedom to show up when it matters most. When I finally put my own scale system to the test, I realized and understood that a family visit was much more important than my hero calendar. My final question for you: how much of your life is scheduled versus lived? Don't let your wisdom die with your title. If you're ready to architect a legacy, like and comment legacy below. Subscribe and hit the bell to join the movement. And then forward this to a leader approaching their own exit before watching the first video in the series to remind yourself where your true value lies.